So Hillary Clinton's new book, Hard Choices, goes on sale Tuesday, and we wanted to give you some insight into just how much money she stands to make. So, for some perspective, let's take a look at how well her last book did. Living History. It came out in 2003 when she was a first-term U.S. Senator. She got an $8 million advance for this book. And we've also been looking through some of her tax returns. In addition to that advance, she also got an extra $2.5 million in royalty fees up until 2008. So what we're talking about is $10.5 million in earnings on a book that came out 11 years ago. Now, obviously for Clinton, a lot has changed in the past 11 years. This book came out before she was Secretary of State, before she made an attempt at the White House. And I've been speaking to publishers and analysts and book agents who tell me that, listen, she could stand to make a much larger advance, larger than that $8 million with her new book. Also, if you look at the industry standard for royalty rates, if she sells 4 million copies of this new book, which is more than plausible, she could stand to make at least $12 million in earnings. Now, in terms of what makes a political memoir sell, it's a few things. It's timing. It's also having a political brand that is strong, a story to tell, a brand that people can really rally around. Barack Obama's book, Audacity of Hope, that came out just before the 2008 elections, it has sold so far 2.5 million copies. Now, that is just domestic sales, just here in the US. It also doesn't include electronic downloads as well. But if you look at some of Hillary Clinton's other political rivals, both past and present, Governor Sarah Palin, also a polarizing figure in many ways like Hillary Clinton, but she made history. She was the first Republican woman to be nominated for the vice presidency. She sold 1.5 million copies of her book so far, so she's doing pretty well. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, someone who's not doing very well is Governor Mitt Romney with his book No Apologies. Now, he was certainly very competitive at the polls, but that excitement did not translate into book sales. 131,000 copies sold of No Apologies compared to Obama's 2.5 million.